Graves and aka David. We just getting them out this week, man. We just getting them out this week. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever holiday you celebrate. Happy New Year whenever you're seeing this. But we're in the week leading up to that. So listen, man, we got another trailer dump. Your boy has been slacking on the Harry Potter Legacy, or Hogwarts Legacy game, and we're gonna check out some trailers. Just gonna be going through it, some of the state of plays. We're gonna be chopping it up for certain things that we find interesting. But we're just gonna get out. I was gonna say something, but we'll just get into it. I'm not gonna have a biased opinion on what I want to get it on or whatever else like that. But y'all know it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that like button into the grave, and hit that bell notification for when I'm posting new videos. But we're on the Hogwarts Legacy page. We're going to check out some videos, and we're going to be going from there. And y'all know the motto. If you don't, it's the new motto. We got the headphones on. We got the hoodie on, or hood up. Not a mess it up. We're going to try it again. Headphones on, hoodie up, and we're locked in. All right, let's get it, man. We're going to check out this controller first, because like I said, I just got the PS5, if you guys didn't know. So we're going to check out what this new, immersion is like. That John said holiday 2022, and that's cap. But I think I really want to play it on the PS5. I don't know. I got to look at the graphics and everything else like that. I don't think there's going to be much of a change, but we will see. It definitely seems lit with the controller. I'm trying to think about when I plug this into my, my adapter, so that way I can stream onto my PC and everything. I don't know if I have to connect my headphones to the PS5 or what, but we'll see what happens, what we got to do with that. But, man, that looks lit with the controller. I don't know, man. I don't know. But we're going to hop into the next video. So we're going to try and breeze through this. But this is the collector's edition. I'm going to spoil it for y'all. I did see it prior to us recording this. And I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't think it's worth it. But we're going to look into it. So let's hop into this right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager at Avalanche Software, and I am so excited to be able to finally show you something I know you've been waiting a long time for, the Hogwarts Legacy Collector's Edition. We're going to unbox everything in the Collector's Edition, but first, of course, it comes with the game, the Deluxe Edition of Hogwarts Legacy, which includes the Dark Arts Pack. The Dark Arts Pack includes a Dark Arts cosmetic set, which gives you a Dark Arts inspired look for your character, the Thestral mount, which is the only way you can ride a Thestral in the game, and the Dark Arts Battle Arena. As some additional digital bonuses, you will get the Dark Arts Garrison hat, which is part of the Digital Deluxe Edition. You'll get 72 hours of early access, which means you'll beat your friends to the race by 3 days. And exclusive only to the Collector's Edition is an in-game Kelpie robe for your character. All right, so finally, let's actually dive into this thing. First, you get this nice Collector's Edition box with some
We're gonna be pausing it in between here and there, but early access, I might get the deluxe just so I can get the early access, not gonna lie. If I could just get the Steelbook without getting everything else and just get that, I might get that and see if I can go to GameStop. I don't know. Not a lot of incentives in it, but definitely playing it early seems kind of lit, and that way I can, play it, make my videos and everything else like that. I didn't say it at the beginning of this video, but I don't think we'll be playing this on stream. I think this will be like a straight video. I'll be editing everything else like that. As far as I can see, it seems like it's a linear, story. There's some stuff that we can do on the side missions, everything else like that. But I think we can probably just cut that out, depending on what we feel, on how we're receptive with the game. We'll see. But I don't think we need to be on stream for this. I want to immerse. I want to feel like I'm in that bad boy. But here we go. Let's keep going.
custom artwork. First thing we've got in here is the steel case.
Like that looks lit.
This is the first time I'm seeing this, and it looks amazing. I love the feel of a steel case. These just look good on your shelf. We've also got this ancient magic wand. This is a pretty good magic wand. I feel like I could cast a spell with this.
All right, what? Cut.
There is some sort of book here. We've got a map of Hogwarts, the Black Lake, the Forbidden Forest, and Hogsmeade. There in the middle of the book. The cover and spine of the book is the Ancient Magic logo there, and this mysterious figure. It's very detailed. Got a lot of little elements, the torn pages.
It ain't doing it for me, man. It really ain't doing it for me.
The book does plug in, so we're gonna get some technical assistance now and see what this thing does. There is our floating Ancient Magic wand.
Listen, hey, Warner Brothers, if you want to send it to the kid, I'll take it. I'm not going to say I wouldn't take it. But I feel like they could have put a little more in there. You know what I mean?
This is
maybe some D&D dice.
Such a cool piece. And
something else.
I think I need to get one for myself. I may
a cloak.
Be taking
I don't know.
One home because
the sorting hat. I don't know. Something.
This is just awesome. I need this on my bookshelf. And that's the Hogwarts Legacy Collector's Edition. It's truly magical, even if we use a little bit of science to make it that way.
I don't think we need to see any more of it, but actually, let me play a little more. There we go. Okay, so February 7th, 2023. So that's the up-to-date release. So don't see, listen, like I said, listen. If y'all want to send it to the kid, I'll take it. I'm not saying I wouldn't take it, but like, I mean, the in-game cosmetics, that's kind of cool. I don't know like what the style as far as like if we're gonna be able to get different robes or get different things to customize our character. We'll see. I don't know. There's been some stuff that I've been avoiding because I wanted to look into seeing some of the customization with the characters, but we'll get to that. I don't know. Like the book and that's okay. The steelbook looks really cool. The box is really, but that's it. Like, you know, if you guys haven't looked at the God of War collector's edition, please look that up. That thing had a bunch in it. Like, I think for this they could have did like the wand is cool. I think the wand in the book is cool. That might have cost them a good bit, and that's probably why it's the biggest thing in the box. I don't know. Steelbook case is cool. I don't like I said, I don't know, some D&D dice, maybe like a butterbeer thing, maybe like a miniature of a griffin, pins for, you know, Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw. You know, I know my houses. You know what my house is? You're gonna find out when we start the game. I don't like something, but that's it for that, man. That's what we saw with that. So let's hop into it. Like, let's get into the next video. Before, guys, we are a little behind, so we gonna check out oh Jesus, pause that. We're gonna check out the Hogwarts Legacy game showcase, the first one. We're probably gonna be cutting it up, showing some of the stuff. We're probably not gonna be watching it all because it end up being a 2-hour video because they have a second one that's out too. So important stuff I think I'll leave in. Other stuff we'll probably cut it out or whatever else like that. So let's enjoy it. Let's hop in. Let's see what they got. The game does come out in a month, roughly, pretty much. So I'm definitely hyped about it, man. Whew, I can't wait. Hopefully y'all hop in, watch the video, and get to see what we're doing here. We'll begin slight commentary from the boy. Seasonal, like.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first Hogwarts Legacy gameplay stream. I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and we've got a lot of really exciting stuff to show you today. But before we get into showing you the game and gameplay, I have a few wonderful guests that I need to introduce you to.
All that could have been in the
first up, we have our community guest host. He brings you the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. He's the local Merlin conspiracy theorist.
Guilty as charged, yes.
One half of Expecto Go, yeah. James Whitehead.
Thanks, Chandler. Yes, I'm James Whitehead.
Support the community, man. We're gonna see if we can find him really quick. All right, we're back. I found him, y'all. If you want to go on YouTube and follow him, listen, man, support the community, man. Support everybody and everything else like that. So shout out to them. We'll probably put an edit on the screen to find their channel or whatever. So definitely type that in. Go for it. Like, let's get back.
And of Expecto Go, bring you guys the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. And I am one half of Expecto Go. The other half, my wife Sue, represents that other half. So I'm excited to be here, and thank you, Avalanche Software, for inviting me. I cannot wait to go over this gameplay. I just got to say that.
Welcome. Thank you for being here. And we've got two people from the studio, just two of the many people bringing this thing together. The magic of Hogwarts Legacy. Game director Alan Tu.
Hello, everyone.
And senior environment artist and Hogwarts expert Boston Madsen. So thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedules right now to sit down with us to help us show everybody gameplay. So what we're going to be showing you today, first, the character creator, because it's your legacy, and you have to create yourself when you get into to get into Hogwarts and bring your whole authentic self to Hogwarts. So we're going to show you that character creator. Then we're going to dive into a tour of Hogwarts, and it's just a small tour of Hogwarts, right? Because Hogwarts is huge. Hogwarts is really big. So we're going to be showing you a little bit, but it's still a lot. So, and finally, ending up with combat. A little taste of combat, a little taste of how all that works.
Let's go.
Just a little taste, yeah. So we're excited to get there. But again, first and foremost, we need to get into this character creator. And James, with you here, we wanted to let you create this character.
Oh,
so,
man, that's crazy.
Andrew, who is going to be doing all of our gameplay capture today, is going to be handing you the controller.
Oh my gosh.
Come on,
all right,
we
I
gotta
won't
play
break
it on
anything.
PS5.
All right, so what are we looking at right here on this screen?
These are your presets. So a lot like
Look
other
at
games,
those graphics,
there's some
man.
initial settings that you can choose for your character that just kind of get them into like the ballpark of what you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to change.
Oh man.
And then once you're in that ballpark, all of the other tabs let you dial that in, be exactly who you want to be. It's our goal with this is to make sure that for anyone that fantasized about bringing themselves to the school for the very first time, that they feel like they have the options in order to represent who they are and essentially bring themselves to Hogwarts or whatever character they want to bring to Hogwarts.
Oh my God, and options galore. Do you mind if I try to put myself in here right quick?
This is all about you
today.
Okay.
All right. So, okay, yeah, that's me. We're here. That's me right there. All right, so that's step one.
We're pretty close, but let's look at everything
okay,
here.
Let's
play around with some of these options, like really.
All right, so what are we looking at with this option over here with the tab? I see face stuff.
Yeah, so
Stop it. Stop. Okay. Like, oh. Listen, guys, I'm kind of speechless, but look at how they did us, y'all. Thank you. Get a round of applause in here, David. Round of applause. But yes, sir. Like, look at this, bro. Every single game that I've played where you can create your own character or whatever else, like I hope maybe they might put in. But I'm jumping the gun. I'm sorry, guys, but hopefully they put in something where we can take a picture of our face maybe and put it in the game. We're gonna dive into this heavy. But look at this, man. Like any ethnical culture, that's been in any game. It's always been hard to replicate yourself in the game because, no offense, it's usually just based off of like basic, Caucasian type of, facial structures or hair or something like that. We've never gotten like the curly. Look at the curl on the top. Look at the curly top. We're gonna zoom in on it, but look at the curly top. That man's using a sponge brush. If we don't know what a sponge brush is, put it on the screen, David. But man, this looks crazy. Like, really good. Looks really, really good. Man, I don't know, man, but good job. Listen, who is it? Avalanche, man. Round of applause for y'all. Round of applause. Thank you for, diving deep into this game and giving us some representation so that way we can look good in this game, man. And I'm sorry if y'all don't feel the same, but listen, man, like, it just looks good. It looks really, and the graphics look good. Look, you can see the pores on my man's. You can see the lip wrinkle. Oh, man, I don't know what they built this in, but let's keep going.
A lot of the different faces that you saw in the previous screen, all those faces are choices that you have here. So now you're just kind of getting into the details in your face shape, in your skin color. And then because we knew a lot of people going right in are going to want it right away, even though it's an option later in the game, you can collect different types of glasses, put them on later. We give you some options right up front if you want to have glasses for your character.
Oh man, oh my gosh, look at the structure of the faces with this. Wow.
That might be me. I don't know. What y'all think?
Crazy. I like that.
That might be me.
I don't think my face is that skinny, but I think we'll go that. I think we'll go that route. And down here is this.
Those are your glasses there. Yeah.
Oh, so we could go Harry Potter if we want. Awesome job. Oh man. And this is just some of the options, I'm assuming?
Yeah, so through the course of the game, there's a lot of different options that you'll keep unlocking.
Okay.
So as part of kind of like gear for the character, there's lots of different classes, there's even masks, there's all kinds of things over the course of the game.
I like how it's all Victorian era though.
Yeah,
like,
right up front.
Such a good call, such a good call. Oh my gosh. All right, so now, we can go bleach on this one with the hair.
I spend a lot of time here just like dreaming about my different characters.
Oh my gosh, the pony. The thing I'm always amazed by whenever I see any aspects of Hogwarts Legacy's character creator is just
you could do the joint with the headband.
And like you even adding the bounce with the hair moving around. That kind of looks like Hermione a little bit. I'm not even gonna just like Fred. I'm not Fred. And we can just go. Can I go like Tonks purple or green a little bit?
Absolutely.
Oh. Yo, this is so cool. Oh, I like that.
That's crazy.
That is cute. Oh,
okay,
so little behind the scenes. I used to have this type of hair like way back, but
was it purple?
I wanted silver tips, so that was the closest I got to any color. But oh my gosh, this is so cool. So you literally can bring yourself. Like it's a myriad of textures and different hairstyles here. All right, so now we're getting over here to play around with some of the...
These are more subtle options. We've got freckles, moles, different things like when it comes to your complexion, like darker eyes, maybe like some shading on the cheeks.
Oh man, you guys literally thought of everything with this.
Yeah, I do have
looking at myself and trying.
And then the scars are one of those options where, Harry had his own unique scar, but you can come in with different scar options.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at that. I didn't even see that.
Oh, those are my favorite. The eyebrow scars. Love those.
Yeah, you look kind of
it's a classic.
Yeah, you look kind of just like tough. But anyway, so now we're over here. Oh man, you guys, this is so sick.
Again, getting more subtle here, really like dialing in that face to really get your...
I don't know how revealing I want to be with my facial features now. Just like, I kind of have a big face. Yeah, my eyebrows kind of sit kind of low. But I mean, literally, you have so many options just starting the game. I feel like I'm going to be here like
The
forever.
unibrow and no eyebrows.
And then this final tab here, this is where you kind of bring your whole character together. You know, this is where you finalize everything. You're not choosing your house here.
Okay.
That's not yet.
That was a theory.
But you know, here's where you bring, you choose voice 1 or voice 2, which is more kind of a masculine or a feminine voice. And then even within that, changing your pitch,
with
the pitch slider.
It's a subtle slider, but
Yeah.
but you can hear it.
Concerned about. That was quite something.
And so you can kind of make out the differences. But yeah, you choose which kind of voice that you want. You'll be selecting your difficulty here. For today, we'll just go normal because Andrew's going to be taking us through some of the experiences with combat later.
And we can talk a little more about difficulty, yeah, with combat and how that plays in.
That is
But
a
I
big
think
question.
the important thing here is like, if for people who aren't gamers especially,
Right.
story mode is a way to get into this without being worried about like, oh, do I need to be good at games? Like, no, just enjoy this game.
And I will put expecto and then go. We're good. We're good. Awesome.
And then whether you want to be witch or wizard.
Amazing.
What'd you think, character creator? We're good?
I'm good. Let's explore Hogwarts and let's get into some combat.
All right, through the magic of using a dev kit, we're gonna be loading up a save a little later in so that we can show you more about Hogwarts and give you that taste of combat. All right, Andrew's got some gameplay pulled up for us here. We are starting out, James, there you are. You're wearing the House Fanatic robes from the account linking.
Thank you. I do look good. And this is our first look at the Hufflepuff common room, I'm assuming. I mean, dorm room.
The dorm room.
Yeah.
I guess he
This
must
is
be
awesome.
Hufflepuff from
But Alan, what are we seeing right here with the UI? Because this is our first look.
the account link.
So
I don't know if I like my account.
right now, we know there's been a lot of questions about the HUD because this is the first time we're showing it. So kind of going over it from right to left, on the bottom right is what we call our spell diamond.
Mhm.
So those are, everything that you see in it are slottable spells. So we have over 20 slottable spells that you can earn over the course of the game.
Okay.
And that's where the player can place them and use them and access them very quickly. To the top left of that is, you'll see the D-pad, and on the left is an eyeball, and on the right is a bit of a grid. So the eyeball is an example of one of, not a slottable spell, but what we call an essential spell. There are certain spells that are used in very specific contexts, or that we just want on the controller at all times. And Revelo is one of those. That's left on the D-pad. On the right on the D-pad is that grid represents where you might slot spells. And so right now, today, we're not going to be going into the spell slotting menu because we feel like there's a lot of spoilers there. You know, like what are all the spells and what can we do?
I would like spoilers, but I understand.
But we do want to make sure there's still some goodies left to share with everyone. And then on the left side, that thing that has the L1 button next to it, that's another thing where we don't want to spoil, but basically that's where you access your tool wheel. So there's a lot of magical tools that you're going to be kind of brewing and growing over the course of the game. And so that's where you would access them rapidly, is our tool wheel.
Okay, cool.
There are a few things that I left off the table on the right. The green bar is your health, and basically there's a potion next to it. That's how you might heal. The bar above it, we're keeping a secret for now. I apologize. And all the way on the left is our mini map with a kind of overhead view of where you are currently in your common room that updates as you travel through Hogwarts and beyond out into the world. And for those fans out there that aren't a huge fan of minimaps, because we know they exist, there's also options to remove the minimap and turn on or off different elements of our HUD.
Really immerse yourself. And
we'll go more into the spells as we get into
lost.
combat, but
I'd be
that's
hella
kind
lost.
of that's what you're seeing there. And this is our HUD.
Also, Andrew's giving us a good look over here. I want to call out. I'm a big fan of the bedside tables in the dormitories. Very nice bedside tables.
They are nice bedside tables.
Yeah.
The honey-colored wood was mentioned in the writing. It's part of lore.
It's part of lore. There we go. All right.
So now we're walking out into.
We really tried making these low-ceilinged dorms to give you that Badger set sort of feel.
And the first thing I know is the music. The score is amazing with this.
Gorgeous.
And I'm calling out here, this is unique music that you're hearing for the Hufflepuff Common Room. Go back to those Common Room videos we released, you'll notice the music's a little bit different, and that is entirely intentional.
This dorm room looks kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie. The Hufflepuff
We just want to
looks
welcome
really good.
you to your common room in every single house, just a little bit differently. You can customize that experience right away.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Look at that.
So I mean, beautiful design. We could spend like the entire rest of the stream just in the common room here and talking about it, and I'm sure Boston and James could be like just geeking out over it.
All the details come from J.K. Rowling's writings for this common room. The round doors, the hanging vines, even the dancing badgers on the fireplace.
It's got a real earthy vibe.
Yeah.
It's very, very earthy.
Which is like elements for each of the houses, right?
Hufflepuff is earth, Ravenclaw's air, Gryffindor is fire, and Slytherin is water. We
Wow.
really leaned into that for each common room.
Wow.
So it feels earthy. We've got a little earthen passageway. That's what we were. Hopefully, it should feel very familiar.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But I know you don't want to leave, but we're gonna be leaving.
Thank you. I understand. Whoa, the sound effects though. Like, looking back at the past trailers, it was just music, but kind of hearing how Hogwarts is now, it's so cool.
It's tactile.
Man, if they do good with this game, it's going to be Game of the Year.
Use Revelio right here, because there's a little magic going on.
You notice a little something there. Yeah. So these are something that we kind of interchangeably call Revelio pages or lore pages. And you'll notice a bunch of things pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
You see that we got some
XP.
XP for it.
Mhm.
And you can also see that we've advanced something called like a field guide challenge up in the corner.
Uh-huh.
So I want to talk about that a little bit. So we had to ask ourselves, what?
Continue, I'm sorry. Continue.
There may be something you may or may not be able to tickle there.
Yeah.
But in our game, we had to answer the question, we're a late fifth year. What does that mean? How do we catch up to the other students?
Okay.
So we have an answer to that question, and it's given to you by the staff. So there's something that we call the Wizard's Field Guide that's granted to you early on in the game. And the Wizard's Field Guide is how you actually work on catching up with the other students. So Andrew, if you hit pause for me up here, before we push forward a little bit, you can see in our pause menu, it's got this book theme.
Wow.
That's your Wizard's Field Guide. And you can see your house kind of crest
in the middle,
overlaid
yeah.
over it.
Okay,
Right? And you
okay.
can see that on your level as well. So that the field guide has this magical property of looking out into the world around you. And the reason why it's on loan from the Ministry of Magic and the professors that granted it to you as a late fifth year student is because they want it to help you catch up to the other kids. And its magical property is to discover different opportunities to learn and grow all around you. So the way it works is, as you discover gameplay in the game, it actually recognizes that as a challenge, which is kind of
On the bottom.
locked into there.
Okay.
And Andrew, if you go in there, you'll see different types of challenges that are combat challenges, quest
Wow.
challenges, exploration challenges. And you can see field guide pages are on there as well.
Yeah.
So
1%. We unlocked that one field guide page.
that entire category is one of the ways that the book itself kind of fills out into the school and spills out into the school and kind of hides itself with different types of challenges and different things to do around the school that you're actually going to interact with to help you grow as a wizard and practice your spells. And so that thing that we just saw is not just a field guide challenge and a way to earn XP. It's also something that that players can use to learn about the school as they're traveling around. They spot these little secret facts and they can kind of play a little bit of a game discovering all of them. And there are over 100 field guide pages just in Hogwarts alone. So.
Little glimpse of the grand staircase here. We're not gonna.
Circular staircase.
All the
match the tower.
portraits.
Yeah.
And I did notice the blue flame just ignite right there, which was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fast travel points there. House hourglasses. We had to. How much fun was it designing those and putting all those in
they're
there?
gorgeous,
But
that they're there just like in the books.
Yes.
Right
It's
next
a
to
nod
the
to
Great
lore.
Hall.
it's a nod
Yeah.
to lore. House points is not a core mechanic or system in the game.
We
It is
didn't turn it
narratively.
into like a gameplay system, but it's definitely present throughout our narrative. And there are lots of choices where we want to nod to things that aren't necessarily gameplay systems, but we nod to them as part of the narrative.
Over to the right
Part of the
there,
Wizarding
Andrew
World.
was teasing. That's the Great
Great
Hall
Hall.
over
Yeah.
through those doors. Again, we're not going there. He's just kind of like, no.
Cool.
Here's another collectible page. Just again showing you like just these things around Hogwarts that you can do and pick up and.
That's a shot straight from the trailer too.
Oh,
That part
there's
right
gonna be
there.
so many games
I
to play.
recognize
We
that.
might be giving you a little fan service here with callbacks to those. So
And this must be summertime because I noticed these are the summertime windows. These windows will change with the seasons.
Yeah, the detail they put into this is kind of, I get surprised by it all the time.
That's
didn't
a
even know that was a
sentient
thing.
magic castle. So.
Oh man. And we're going out. Look at that.
This is where the students would normally kind of congregate, just to kind of chill out, play, meet each other outside the Great Hall before and after meals.
And I love the way that when the castle interconnects to, that it interconnects outside, inside. There are pathways on both sides of things, so you really get a sense of scope to how big this castle is.
And when you see things, like you'll notice a bridge over there, that's a place you can go to and cross. Like everything that you see is a place that you can visit.
Wow.
We tried we put a lot of effort in making it feel really alive. Not just with student population, but even just the greenery and stuff. It's Scotland. Yeah. And this castle's been here for hundreds of years, so just kind of the moss and all the trees that have overgrown it, and
oh my gosh,
that landscape, that Scottish.
This location might look a little familiar to you.
I thought I recognized it. I believe this is from the Spring ASMR, and yes, so that puzzle right there, that view, Andrew is taking us right back to that.
I am going to tell Andrew not to interact with that puzzle and to keep moving on. No. We can't spoil everything. We can't give you everything, right?
Hogwarts contains a lot of secrets.
Oh my God.
But this is this grand entryway right here coming down into a really kind of central area.
Yeah, we're coming upon the central hall, and we pointed out the greenhouse outside, and we'll notice when we get down there that it's on the right.
This is a big hub of the school.
Like, it's probably just going to be a lot of
it is designed so you shouldn't
letters
get
and
very
stuff flying around, so you should be able to
Grand
just
Central
grab
Station.
I love that. I love
each
that.
direction, it's green over there, so the greenhouse is over there. Transfiguration Courtyard, the library straight ahead, so it's kind of the hub of a lot of the castle.
Even the color, visually, you can just tell, okay, green,
greenhouse.
Oh my God.
A lot of it'll be subconscious, but it'll help you really learn the castle and feel like you know your way around.
That's not to say that it's easy to learn. All of us here still get pretty lost in it on a daily basis. It's a castle.
Great point.
I love that Andrew's definitely teasing a lot of things here. I'm noticing he's swinging the camera this way and that.
Yeah.
He's got this grin on his face over there that's just like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
From the reveal trailer. There's that dragon. Oh my God.
This is another location where the students will gather, and just kind of chill out.
And an opportunity to talk to somebody, get a quest giver here.
Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about.
This looks a little
Rumor is that a former headmistress, Professor Mole, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them.
So those kind of side quests are really, it's a cool way to interact with your fellow students, with perhaps other teachers, with, various things like that, as well as teach you some more of the secrets of Hogwarts, I think. There's a little bit of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the students are a way to kind of like flesh out the school opportunities around it, what we can do, and then those interactions. Different interactions with different characters can also offer different choice points for the player, and then some of those things can affect things game-wide. Some of these affect characters' lives, the ending of the game.
And sometimes it's just about you being a little bit of a nice guy or just being a jerk.
Yes, absolutely. So the scale really varies, but those opportunities exist for the player.
Wow, look at this.
This is the Dada Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Tower,
which this is one of my favorite locations in the castle. Just visually, you come in here and just the richness of this area
is very iconic, very unique to anywhere else in the castle.
There's going to be a lot of side
that we can talk to, notably a younger student.
Yeah, she looks like a first year or an 11-year-old.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoil sports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
I love that interaction with her because there's so many ways that you can go with that. You can you can feel for her. You can be a jerk to her. You can be like, gobstone sounds awful. It sounds like you're just mean.
Yeah, and your opportunities to be mean there aren't over. So,
they continue.
That's a good example of the
gobstones too. I know people are gonna ask, gobstones playable? They mentioned it, right?
Yeah. Gobstones is one of the things that is not playable in the game. I know we've had to rip the Band-Aid off on a few things. Honestly, it's an amazing thing on the franchise how many things about this like speak to us as fans and that we want to turn into gameplay. And there were calls that we had to make over the course of production of kind of like which things we will and won't include in the bucket, just kind of for the overall
Wizard's chess.
Those are things that aren't featured.
Yeah. They're featured within the world. Right?
I'm glad they're mentioned. They're a part of the wizarding world.
Yeah. Every single time there was something that we regretted because we couldn't include it, we also tried to figure out a way to make sure that it was included in the narrative, included in the stories, make sure that there's a way to kind of like acknowledge it, touch it, and make it feel like it's definitely part of the world.
And I know here too, we're like,
I was like, we're in the Sophisticated Dark Arts class. I recognize that staircase to the left where we were just at. Andrew was walking by. I also recognize the dragon at the very top. Oh my gosh.
Being in a classroom, I think this is a good opportunity to talk about how classes work, because we've gotten a lot of questions about that. Is it a schedule-based system? Is it so tell us how classes work.
Yeah, so ultimately decided not to go the sim route. So I think like one of the speculations was, is there time of day and that kind of thing. Like, can I miss class at this time of day?
There is a day-night cycle.
Yeah, there is a day-night cycle, but everything is very narrative-based, and so there's a big mystery going on in the world. There's something happening in the narrative, and we essentially see it as kind of like chapters in that narrative. Each chapter of which has a set of missions that you can choose between as you're progressing through the game, and classes fit within that structure. So there are mainline things that the players have to do, and then classes also appear on the sides as well as optional things that help you advance your spells. It's absolutely true that classes provide all of your major tools throughout the gameplay, your spells, your major abilities. You get to know the professors. Each one of them has these bespoke kind of events and moments in those missions. And then there are also additional opportunities outside of that through kind of like side classroom missions, essentially, where you can learn additional spells or things that you need in your adventure and also get to know the professors better.
And I just want to call out something that Andrew's been kind of showing off, ways to kind of interact with the environment and just engage with the world. And maybe down there he's sipping some tea with the
Victorian high
society.
High society.
And it's no wonder you like this area because we built it for like the purebloods and the Slytherins.
Oh, come on.
Well, like, speaking of lived in, like, the sound effects again, the chatter of the communication that's happening and the footsteps, like, it just makes it feel more alive.
Little events like that, the brooms going by
I just saw
overhead.
a broom go by. Love that. The data tower was one example, but no two hallways should look the same in Hogwarts. It has a lot of personality. Every hallway should be a little bit different, and that's mostly to help orient the player,
right.
help you not get lost. Right. But this is Hesperus Hall. That's a little nod from the Marauders, a name that came from the Marauders map. But every hallway will have a little bit of a different personality. And
personality, I like that, because
Yeah,
it does, like, Hogwarts has character. Hogwarts is its own character no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Feels just a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's a sentient castle full of magic for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
It's going to kind of
And
grow and
full
develop.
of,
Oh, I heard something.
Yeah. Speaking of characters.
Speaking of magic, Mr. Magic himself.
I feature Poltergeist too.
You know, we talked about building on lore too. I know there's that statue over to the side.
Oh, yeah?
That's
Do you know who that is?
Lachlan the Lanky,
Yeah,
and he's got his Bowtruckle friend. And I think if players don't know, there's another Revelio page there.
Yeah, there's a map of Argyllshire. We know the fat lady hides there.
Hides behind it. That's right.
The third book. But sometimes a hallway has personality by how it looks, or we just passed a music hallway where the portraits have kind of taken it over, and so the sound makes it really unique.
All right, I gotta call this out here. I know there's been some criticism in the past that our trailers and our gameplay and what we've shown so far has not had enough owls. Okay, so here we are at the Owlery. We're looking directly at the Owlery to show you all of the owls.
It's a lot of owls.
It's a lot of owls at the Owlery.
I love the
owls.
fog rolling down that.
Great callback. Great call.
No, I also love that as one of my favorite things about just kind of going around on the outside of the school is that all those things that I see are places that I can go to, that I can visit. I just love that sensation, knowing that is real.
That lovely Scottish countryside.
We're kind of closing out our mini tour of Hogwarts, and again, it was but a fraction of this enormous castle. But we're closing it out here in the Clock Tower, so another recognizable location.
Yeah.
But this is where Crossed Wands, which is the secret, not so secret dueling club is that the students have put together. Professors definitely know about it, but they think they're being clever. And it's run by this Lucan Brattleby here,
who's in a younger year, but we kind of like that that he's running things.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
and this is a really good opportunity
graphics
to
look-
now
I'm
jump
gonna pause
into
it.
combat, because
Only because we still got like 10 minutes left, but I think the game overall, like the graphics and everything, look really good, and then also the immersion in it. The castle seems huge, like compared to what we've just seen with the dorm rooms and everything else like that. Now we're finally getting to see the full structure of the castle and walking through it and so many different things. And I like that the lore pages are flying around that you can grab and then read and get more of an idea of what you're looking at. Whether you're a diehard Harry Potter fan, or like you kind of dabble in it, or you have no idea what Harry Potter is, I feel like this kind of includes everybody in that, and that's kind of cool. So not much else I can say on it. Like I said, we'll be watching a lot of this stuff, and then I think we might have to dedicate a second video to the State of Play 2, because these seem very, very long, but that's okay. But like I said, character creation seems very in depth. Everything else seems very in depth. The conversation, like them talking, seems stiff, but I feel like that's in every game that you're walking around and interacting with NPCs.
It's really in the game. This is going to be the first time where you yourself get to learn about combat and combos in a big way and in a new way. For me personally, this was where the game like really starts to open up to the possibilities.
Yeah. So we've set up a training dummy, and this is kind of an activity where you're supposed to execute according to kind of the iconography on the top. Now, what we see on the top is the Accio spell, followed by 4 what we just kind of lovingly refer to as basic shots. There's certain spells what the wizards kind of like use, just kind of fling. Andrew's using one now. And you trigger that by tapping R2 on your controller. So you can see in the corner R2. So if you tap R2, that throws out a basic shot. But that R2 is also your gateway to all of the spells that you might slot. So if you hold R2 instead, you can see how the diamond expands. And if we let go, you see how it contracts.
Yeah.
And so if you hold it again, it expands. And so when it expands, then all the spells that you slotted while you're holding that button can now be tapped with your face buttons.
Awesome.
And not only that, but over the course of the game, you can gain additional spell diamonds, up to 4 additional ones, so that you can slot up to 16 spells, pretty much instantly. And then that helped us fulfill the fantasy of in combat, I need to be able to access things very rapidly.
Yeah.
And so you learn over the course of these events, how to juggle not just the spell casting, but also it reinforces an understanding of another feature of the wheel, which is their cooldowns. So as you're casting spells, just to make sure that you're not just kind of like repeatedly using one thing over and over and over again, you can see cooldowns on the spells that he's using on the wheel. And then as you progress through the game, there are different things that can affect things, like cooldowns through your talents, different things that allow you to kind of like juggle and adjust and update those things. And so if you hold down R2 and you tap the D-pad, it will switch between your other diamonds if you've unlocked them, and that's how you access all those.
Oh man, it looks like we're about to get some action over here.
Yeah, so this is a great way to kind of learn how to pull things together,
so you
pull those combos
right
together.
Here. Yeah. Tap, Accio, tap, tap, tap. Awesome.
Wow, well done.
So I guess they have strings.
That's just against the dummy, but
combo
I mean,
strings.
I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
I think now we can take on something a little more challenging. It's going to shoot back.
Now let's talk about some more features of the combat system.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
We're on a PS5 dev kit here, so we're going to be able to kind of pause the action and talk about what you're seeing on the screen, because there is about to be a lot going on.
Okay.
All right, here you can select if you want to fight with somebody else, some of your
the other
classmates.
students.
But in this case, we're not. We want that action to feel a little more frantic towards you to really get you that sense of combat.
So apparently you've got quite the reputation because they've got you up against 3 people.
3, off the jump.
So I can explain this just because I know people are going to go into it, but we can probably just kind of jump in. So you're not the only one that has Protego and the ability to deflect. The enemies do too. And we actually play with that when it comes to the spell casting. So you notice that there are different colored kind of shields around the different characters. And you also notice that your spells have different colors on them. So to help players understand kind of like the function of their spells, we're trying to put them into brackets. So there are damage spells, there are force spells, there are, I'm forgetting the other one, all this control spells. And so those things for the player, they wind up also being a color indicator for which actual spell to use to break the different shields that enemies can use. That way it rewards kind of like that close attention that you're paying.
That's kind of cool. I like that there's combos
We've got this
on
paused here now, and you can kind of see all the elements on the screen, the halo around the avatar's head, each of the different shields, to kind of give us a breakdown of what's going on.
Give us a breakdown of different things that you're saying. So you notice at the top that we're kind of like calling out which enemy you currently have targeted and their level and health. And so, as you target different characters, you'll be able to get that breakdown. The halo over your head, whenever an enemy is about to an attack, it's almost like you have a little bit of a sixth sense for those things that are coming. If you see the halo, it means there's an incoming attack, and if you tap the triangle button by default, then that you will be able to deflect that attack that comes in and off with the Protego.
And I love that deflect where it goes off and like hits things up and kind of breaks things off walls too.
But also, if you hold the button, then it doesn't just deflect. It also deflects and turns around with a counter attack stupefy that actually stuns the enemy. And you can use that even in your combos and stuff. So if you're focused on a character, and you're doing your thing, and someone else attacks you, you can actually turn that attack into a direct attack on the person that you're comboing.
Back into gameplay here. Andrew's gonna pretty handily finish these other students off here. Win this duel.
Look how fast it is. It's like a dance.
Yeah, we really felt like in the movies, there's almost like a. It's kind of like a. There's this element of kind of like fencing from a very great distance.
That's such a good call.
And there are a lot of things that we had to do with our controls and combat system in order to kind of capitalize on that idea. That's pretty unique to the Wizarding world.
Understandable.
Yes. Well, perhaps you should try that next time. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
That is more or less going to wrap it up for us for now, for what we wanted to show you. Character creator, tour of Hogwarts, and just that little taste of combat. But we didn't want to leave you without, well, maybe a little taste of something that we may show in the future, may show next time. You know, so leaving the castle, going out here.
More owls confirmed.
Owl mail. There's the owlry again. Yes, all of the owls. But yeah, just heading out here again to show you like from Hogwarts to the world beyond Hogwarts. And
oh man,
this is not somewhere where we're going today, but we will definitely be taking you in the future. A little glimpse at the scale of the castle back there. All right, so we're gonna wrap things up here, but I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that you've seen, but I think, James, you may have a few other questions here at the end of things, so while we're done with...
Well, guys, that's where we're gonna cut it right there, because I think they'll just be asking questions, which, you know, if you want, you could also go into Hogwarts Legacy and watch the rest of the video. I'm gonna watch it on my own time, but man, it looks, there's so much, like so much, like I can't even, I don't know, like I can't even fathom how much it is, but games like that where we're in the castle, it feels like a whole different world. We come out of the castle and there's a whole different world, like there's the forest, I'm pretty sure it's the town where we're going to be able to get our wands and etc. and everything else like that, as far as how we start in, maybe potions, maybe different things that are happening in town that you can probably interact with. Seems like a very, very, very in-depth game. I'm very torn because I don't know if we should stream it or if we should do like the VOD version of it, which I think the VOD version would be easier. Maybe we'll do one playthrough where it's the VOD, like one character, and then maybe we'll be streaming it here and there once we start getting into the later ones, because we're going to be playing through all four of the houses, I would say. So maybe the later ones that, you know, don't mean too much to me, that we could stream it, but we'll see how it goes. I think we'll probably VOD all of it because it seems really fun. And it seems like it's easy enough to do the side quests, chop up the videos, and then we'll be able to have a bunch. But that was cool. The combat's really cool. Being able to come in and fight, go out, and everything kind of reminds me of Spider-Man also. But man, there's a lot. So we're going to be diving into the next one on the next video. This was a long one, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you subscribe. Smash that like button into the grave and hit the bell notification for when I'm posting new videos. But I'll catch y'all, and peace.